Good evening, sports fans, and thank you for joining us. You're watching a live video streaming presentation of Southern Oregon boys volleyball, Special District 1, between a pair of two of the best teams here in Southern Oregon. It's the North Medford Black Tornado playing host to the St. Mary's Crusaders. In the OSAA 3A power rankings, the Black Tornado come in with an overall record of 5-1, and they're number 9. Meanwhile, St. Mary's right behind them at number 10. They come in with a league mark of 3-1 and have an overall record of 7-3. Tonight's presentation is made possible by you, our viewers, and by the way, if you have not done so already, we invite you to jump on board and become one of the over 4,000 subscribers to the YouTube channel for Table Rock Sports. Subscribe, and then you get notifications on your mobile device when the events that we cover go live, and it kind of comes handy. And then with YouTube, you get a chance to watch it back later on, all free of charge. We also thank our many business sponsor partners that help make this possible. Our executive producer for Table Rock Sports is Joe Brett. I'm Jim McCoy along with Becca Miracle on the camera. We're just moments away from match play. We'll go ahead and recognize some of those sponsors right here on TableRockSports.net.
The things I like most about working at the Ashland Food Co-op is that it's a partner with RVTD's Employer Pass program. It makes it super easy for me to get to work and save a ton of money. I play a lot of musical instruments. I bought my own tuba when I started working at the co-op. Sometimes I'll bring it into work to play for like my coworkers and the customers. When I bring my tuba onto the bus with me, it definitely gets a lot of heads turned and people will ask me, "What's that thing? Why is it so big?" RVTD is moving our community forward.
Don't miss the President's Day sales event at Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram Fiat of Medford. We're stocked up on a great selection of new vehicles from Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and of course, Ram trucks. Choose from our great inventory of new Jeep Gladiator and Grand Cherokee 4x4 models in stock now. Or test drive a new 25 Ram 1500 4x4. Jump online today with our online process to calculate your own payment, whether it's a lease, finance, or cash payment. Only at the Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford Superstore.
At Rogue Credit Union, we don't answer to shareholders. Instead, we return earnings back to our members. We know that we're stronger when we work together, and that's why we're invested here, living, giving, and supporting local. We're your friends and your neighbors. We know the needs of our communities. Being a part of Rogue means that our focus is on our members, and when you prosper, we prosper. See the credit union difference and how being a part of something smaller can have a bigger impact.
Bill's Glass covers the full spectrum of your glass needs and dreams. Having new windows installed by Bill's Glass dramatically update and improves the look of your home and helps reduce energy bills year-round. Let Bill's Glass show you what you've been missing. Bill's Glass, the largest glass company in Southern Oregon for your home and auto, as well as the trusted industry leader for over 50 years. Locally owned, family run, Bill's Glass in Ashland, Medford, and Grants Pass.
Welcome back to Oakdale Middle School in the gymnasium tonight. That is where we're bringing you the St. Mary's Crusaders and the North Medford Black Tornado getting ready to put it in the air for some boys volleyball team. As I mentioned earlier, two teams in the top 10 sitting at 9-10. I know that St. Mary's last year was one of the tops in the league. Had a chance to watch North against South Medford a couple of weeks ago, and the Black Tornado were dominant in that. You get the feeling that some of these guys have spent plenty of time playing out in Fichtner Mainwaring Park at the volleyball net and getting it in that way. And certainly I know these St. Mary's guys, a lot of good athletes on both sides of it. So we're looking forward to seeing what tonight's match has to offer. Also in boys volleyball, we'll have South Medford taking on Phoenix this evening. Looking at the league standings, Black Tornado in first, and a game behind them are the Crusaders and Ashland Grizzlies. And then South Medford at 1-3, Grants Pass Hidden Valley at 1-3 on a combined team. And the Phoenix Pirates bringing up the rear at 0-4. They're doing some player introductions. North Medford, the home team this evening. But needless to say, Crusaders not far from home at all. And then when looking at this squad last go around, now they're going to do the national anthem. We'll go ahead and take a quick break and be right back.
Diverse venues, we got them. Year-round sports access? You bet. Race cars, soccer, paragliding? Check, check, check. Medford has it covered as your sport ground, where the West Coast plays.
Okay, you know how people complain about how Dutch Bros workers are like too nice, too hyper, compliment you too much, whatever? Maybe you're not nice enough. Maybe you need to get a little Dutch Bros in you.
Discover the West Coast destination for those seeking more. More sunny days, more athletic facilities, more outdoor adventures, more to do during downtime. Medford is your sport ground, where the West Coast plays.
The playing of our national anthem. Kind of an old homecoming game for me. I've worked out of this broadcast booth before, but the last time I did so was back in the days of John Hammock and Ted Stark, Matt Walker back in the 1992 basketball season. So it's been a while. And, of course, for you folks that are familiar with the Valley, I've spent most of my life here, that we're at the place that was originally Medford High School, then became Medford Mid-High back when the Medford School District went through the 6-2-2-2 system. And then they became Central Medford, and now it is Oakdale Middle School. St. Mary's in their road whites gathered along the front line. Number 4 is Nolan Hensman. Number 6 is Cole Mayfield. Number 12 is C.J. Segalink. Number 2 is Alex Zhu. Number 11, Kent David. Number 7 is Connor Gibbs. Over on the North Medford side of the net, just in front of it, Calvin McGarry's 42. Seth Moore is number 1. And number 18 is Colton Preston. Behind them, number 1 is Seth Moore. So he's moved back on me. Stay still. Aiden Addington's number 13. Number 10, Noah Harrington from Cascade Christian High School. And number 2, just to his right, is David Dormaloo. Angie Miller, the coach for North Medford. Katie Miller and Kim Struthers lead the way for the Crusaders. Glad to be here with you, and hope you enjoy the fun. It's a powerful, fast-paced game that the boys play, and we're watching 2 of the top teams in Southern Oregon get ready to serve for St. Mary's. Connor Gibbs. Senior, right-handed serve just over the net. Dormaloo there. Harrington sets it up, and a play at the net. St. Mary's gets on the board first as we get the opening set underway. Serve that just ends up, lands just beyond the line. That point will go to North Medford as things are knotted up at 1. Serving for North will be Calvin McGarry. The setter gets it just over the net. The return. McGarry sets it up and dropping it in. Preston. Black Tornado taking a quick 2-1 lead. I want to remind you to tune in to the new sports voice for Southern Oregon, the Ace Sports Radio at AM 1300 and 107.9 FM. McGarry serve. Drops it in. Jormalou there. Sets it McGarry. And there with the powerful return, Seth Moore to make it 3-1. Among the features on the Ace Sports Radio, they're part of the Veasan Network, founded by Brent Musburger. You have Tee It Up Southern Oregon with Joe Brett and Kyle Clements. Weekdays from 1 to 3. Play into the net. Attempting the return is Zoo. My apologies, I'm probably mispronouncing that. Ball in the air. Point goes to St. Mary's on the return attempt by the Black Tornado. 4-2 Black Tornado, your score. And here's C.J. Sedgelink. Saw him, a lot of them during basketball season. A little bit of mustard on the fastball there. That'll end up over the back line. They'll set it up, and return attempt by Cole Mayfield. St. Mary's gets the point on the call. And here to serve is Mayfield. His just gets over the net. McGarry setting it up there. That's Harrington. Zoo. Play at the net. North Medford attempting the block. Crusaders within 1. A little bit of trouble on the dig. Setting it up, and a good play there by the Crusaders. Sedgelink. Harrington. Got some power on that return. And the Black Tornado untie the knot for the 6-5 lead. Preston will serve now. Harrington family synonymous with volleyball here in Southern Oregon. Preston's serve doesn't quite clear the net. We're tied at 6. There in the box is Nolan Hensman. They're on the back line with the dig. Mayfield trying to make something happen with the play. He ends up spinning in the direction he did not wish it to go, as the Black Tornado are up by 1. Here's Aiden Addington. Play at the net. Call for the carry there. North taking an 8-6 lead in the opening set. Sue. I guess you'd kind of call that a dig right there in the mid-court. Wanted to get that thing going the other direction. So now North up by, well, they were up by 3. But the serve by Addington, unsuccessful. And here's Alex with the serve. They're on the back line. The dig by Moore. Ball's deflected. St. Mary's side of the net. Good block there. North Medford. Malachi Munoz there on the play. A couple of Cascade Christian guys on that North team. Munoz and Noah Harrington. (10-7) your score. Noah sends it over. They'll set it up, and there looked like a good return there by Connor Gibbs. But North Medford scores. Harrington over on the left side. Net ball. St. Mary's within 3. And they have service. Here's Kent David. David drops it in. Dermalou there. They're trying the strong return is Munoz. Little deep on that one. Crusaders. Within 2, and actually there's a reversal on that. I don't know that I've necessarily call it that, but the call not going the way I expected it. But you know how much my vote counts? It doesn't count at all. If the man in blue says it's a point for St. Mary's, then that is what it is. Addington on the return. Black Tornado up by 4. Here is Calvin McGarry. Dig on the back line. North Medford now up by 5. And a timeout called by the Crusaders. This will give us an opportunity to thank our sponsors, and when we return, we'll be back with more boys volleyball here on TableRockSports.net.
It's game time, and there's only one thing that makes it all possible. Refs.
We're looking for people like you.
Former athletes.
Parents.
Community members.
Anyone who can manage the game and stick with it.
But we need more heroes and stripes. People like you.
Join the team and keep sports alive.
Play ball.
Because no ref, no game.
Choose a company that best represents you and our local community.
Choose a company that focuses on relationships rather than transactions.
Choose a company that empowers their employees and provides growth opportunities from within.
Choose a company that shows compassion and rises to the occasion in times of need.
Call a John L. Scott broker today.
Back to action, a diving attempt by North Medford's Ryland Larson falls to the floor. St. Mary's scoring, drawing within 4. Segeling. Germalo, and then there the powerful return by Seth Moore. Now North Medford with the point and the service. The return and the ruling, it lands just inside the line. Much to the rejoicing of St. Mary's. Mayfield just clears the net. This one's going to fall to the floor. Dribbler tried to make that diving attempt, and there just wasn't quite enough height on that ball to really for anybody to jump in and make something out of it. Crusaders within 3. McGarry, Harrington. There on the return is Segelink. Now they'll drop that in, but again, a good job by the Crusaders of keeping that alive. Now, one of the things I will confess to you right straight out, I'm not a volleyball aficionado. Learning on the fly here, but I think they're seeing a double hit there. Meanwhile, North Medford still managing to keep it alive. I thought for sure the Crusaders had them dead to rights. Play at the net. Finesse by Nolan Hensman. We figured that this would be a good match, and it has not disappointed thus far. Hansman getting a hand on it, play at the net. North Medford. Substitution coming in. Addington will return. Making the play, Connor Gibbs for St. Mary's. So the Crusaders matching the Black Tornado pretty much point for point at this juncture of the match. Alex Su, his name spelled X-U, and you would think a guy who's married to someone who teaches English to Chinese students would have a better handle than I do on pronunciations. She usually keeps me out of trouble, but she's not here to bail me out. What I can tell you, though, North Medford up by 3. St. Mary's with the serve. Kent David. Addington on the back line, and Munoz trying to make a play. Downward angle, puts it in the net. Let's see what the Crusaders can do here. Addington, a block at the net by McGarry. And McGarry successful as Munoz behind the line for North Medford. Serves it deep. David there, they'll try to set it up. Hensman, McGarry now, and dropping it in. Seth Moore. The Black Tornado crossing the 20-point hurdle. First match of the night. First set of the night, I should say. There, well played at the net by McGarry and Preston. They drop it in and extend their lead to 5. Timeout called. We'll be right back here on TableRockSports.net.
Combining your home and auto insurance could save you time and money. And who doesn't like that? Want surprisingly great rates on auto, home, and life? Now's the time to call State Farm agent Rory Wold in Medford.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
This has been my profession for
30 plus years now. I really love my work. We try to source as many ingredients as we can, as local as possible, like local fruits and vegetables. We have a menu like you would find in any nice restaurant. We don't make it until you order it, so everything will be coming out fresh. We do have wonderful desserts here as well. Every day you have 5 or 6 options as far as a fresh dessert go. People are bringing their friends and family and wanting to show off what we have here to offer.
Come take a tour of Twin Creeks and meet our award-winning.
Ball's in play. Addington keeps it alive. Exchange at the net. We got a good volley going there. And St. Mary's will drop it in. Crusaders within 4. Mentioning all these multi-sport athletes out here, what a lot of people may not know, there are a lot of professional athletes who made their mark in other sports who also went on to play volleyball professionally. South Medford scoring there. Some of you may know the dominant big man Wilt Chamberlain went on to a career in professional volleyball player. What couldn't that guy do after it was done? Then you have other guys like Adam Keefe, Chase Buttinger, who played in the NBA and ended up playing volleyball later. Cool to see them let the guys do it in the high school ranks as North Medford takes the 6-point lead. So they're trying to close in and close out the opening set. Here's McGarry. There on the other side of it, St. Mary's, Cole Mayfield. Out it goes as the Crusaders draw within 5. Segalink, basketball player. Just glances over the net. Preston gets it across for the Black Tornado. And a point for the Crusaders. Try to see if they can't get a run going here. Down by 4, 23-19. Segalink runs into his serve. McGarry. Preston finesses it over on the St. Mary's side. Moore. McGarry. Moore. And where did it land? This is going to go North Medford's way. Moore, across it goes. Ball in the air. Harrington drops it in. And the opening set goes to the Black Tornado. Don't you dare go away. We're going to take about a 3-minute break here. When we return, we'll be back with set number 2. And that will follow this break here on TableRockSports.net.
For over 50 years, each day has started with a smile, a helping hand, and a promise to be there when you need us most. Delivering on that promise are our hard-working, dedicated employees. At Sherms, we're proud to be an essential part of our community and look forward to keeping our selection, quality, and value where our customers deserve for many years to come. Sherms Food for Less and Thunderbird Market.
It takes meticulous planning, continuous monitoring, and forward thinking to deliver the perfect 3-egg omelet.
Harrington. Hang on.
Enjoy Abby's Pizza at your place. Close your eyes and you can taste old-fashioned values, classic pizza parlor decor, and generations of tradition. Recreate that magic. Open your eyes and head to abbys.com. With pickup and delivery options, no matter where you dine, Abby's just tastes better.
When you work with Hart Insurance Agency, you'll experience the quality service and attention to detail that you'll only find with an independent insurance agency. Hart Insurance Agency was founded in 1947 and is one of the largest independent, locally owned agencies in Southern Oregon, with offices in Grants Pass and Medford. Their experienced team of agents have the knowledge to design, place, and to manage your personal and business insurance plans. Find out more. Visit heartinsurance.com.
This is Skinny, and he helped found Abby's 60 years ago. In honor of Skinny, we're putting his favorite pizza on sale. Savory pizza sauce, Canadian bacon piled to the edge, and juicy tomatoes make this a very special pizza. Order your Skinny special right now.
I'd like to thank our longtime supporters of Table Rock Sports, including Sherm's Thunderbird, also Dutch Bros. As a matter of fact, before or after the match is a good time to take care of your thirst by stopping at one of many Dutch Bros locations throughout the valley. Of course, drink one for Dane. Don't forget about that, and that's one of many causes of which Dutch Bros is a supporter of. So we'll go ahead and get the second set underway. North Bedford with the serve. Looked like a little bit of miscommunication in the back. So North Bedford will start out with a 1-0 lead. McGarry, his serve attempt fired into the net. Number 6 behind the line, Cole Mayfield. Deep serve there, Moore there to field it. Ball out of bounds. St. Mary's up by 1. Jarmalou. Moore. Got a number of players on that Black Tornado side who are powerful on their returns. He'll tie it up, and now his team will serve it up with Seth Moore. Ball high in the air, blocked at the net. Official explaining the call to the Crusader players. There, knocking it down, Kent David. His return will tie up the set at 3-all. Hensman. Blocked at the net. McGarry keeps it alive. Preston with a little finesse, but it will roll into the top section of the net. Crusaders with a 4-3 lead. McGarry and Harrington on the attempt. St. Mary's now leading by 2. Dormalou for North Bedford. And there, the return, dropping it in. Connor Gibbs. Crusaders lead by 3. McGarry, Harrington. Black Tornado will score. David Jormalou, senior libero. A double hit at the net, and now Black Tornado have an opportunity to tie up the second set. Timeout called. We'll go ahead and keep it right here. I'd like to thank our many sponsors that help make these live streaming events possible. Among some of our newer partners include Abby's Pizza, who has been serving Southern Oregon for over 60 years. Lippert's Carpet One, among our new sponsors, along with Twin Creeks Retirement and Heart Insurance of Grants Pass in Medford. Not to mention State Farm Insurance agent Rory Wald. Jormaloo. Crusaders will try to set up the return. Sending it over is Kent David. A carry of the ball. Crusaders now an opportunity to extend their newfound lead. Both sides, you can see a lot of length on both sides of the net. A lot of basketball players on these volleyball teams. There, great play at the net. Rylan Larson on the attempt. The Crusaders are there and lead by 2. That one just barely deflects over the net, and now the Black Tornado thought they may have dropped that one in. But it's St. Mary's taking a 9-6 lead. Got Reed Ravasapor. He was the one serving on that last attempt there. Addington pick up the ball, step back behind the line. Across it goes. Crusader dig. A little trouble there at the net for Connor Gibbs. Black Tornado draw within 1. Toward the back, looking to make a play is David, but there to get a hand on it is Moore, but this will drop in. Crusaders lead by 2. Jormaloo, that gets hung up in the basketball backboard. I guess you could make the argument the Crusaders catch a little bit of a break here. They'll be more than happy to take it. There the serve by David, a little deep. North will draw within 2. Harrington. David, and then trying to make the play there. It's still alive. And St. Mary's scores. Number 7 for St. Mary's, Connor Gibbs. North lets that one go by. Wisely played there. Black Tornado hitting the 10-point mark and now within 2. Here's Munoz. Crusaders try to keep it alive. They'll drop it in. Munoz, McGarry. Now North Medford taking. Let's get the score straight here. Somewhere along the line in all the excitement, got things turned around a little bit, but right now it is, as I look at the scoreboard, 13-11 St. Mary's with a 2-point lead. My apologies for that. Play at the net. And that one on the return by St. Mary's falls out of bounds. (13-12) Crusaders. McGarry going to see if he can't change that. There to meet it for the Crusaders. Gibbs delivers it over. Preston. Kent David attempting to make a play there, and now we're tied up at 13. McGarry surveys the floor. Play at the net, trying to keep it alive there is Ravasapur. North Medford scoring to take the 1-point lead here. Gary to Gibbs. Getting across, Cole Mayfield. Little discussion about how many touches on the ball before it went over. St. Mary's scoring to tie it up. That discussion comes to an end, and the Crusaders get ready to serve it up. Cole Mayfield, senior for the senior-laden St. Mary's squad. 8 seniors on the volleyball team. Mayfield, Jarmalou, and the return. Long by Moore. Crusaders now up by 1. Mayfield. Line drive job ends up smack dab in the middle of the net. Black Tornado an opportunity to retake the lead. Been a hard-fought second set. There with the, dare I borrow a basketball term, the slam is Kent David. And St. Mary's back on top. Jarmalou now getting a hand on it is Sedgelink. Crusaders up by 2, and a timeout called. We will take one as well and be right back here on TableRockSports.net.
With expert advice and an amazing selection of flooring, it's easy to see yourself enjoying your perfect floors.
Whoa.
That, my friend, was the One Effect.
Can she go?
Experience the One Effect at the Power of Savings Floor event for up to 50% off or 0 interest for 18 months. Only at Lippert's Carpet One, Medford and Grants Pass.
Don't miss the President's Day sales event at Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram Fiat of Medford. We're stocked up on a great selection of new vehicles from Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and of course, Ram trucks. Choose from our great inventory of new Jeep Gladiator and Grand Cherokee 4x4 models in stock now. Or test drive a new 25 Ram 1500 4x4. Jump online today with our online process to calculate your own payment, whether it's a lease, finance, or cash payment. Only at the Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford Superstore.
We return to play. Noah Harrington making the play for North Medford. Black Tornado with a chance to knot things up here. Jormalou. There at the net is Kent David. And he's been strong in the return game, but this one will fall in, and we're tied up. Talked a lot of seniors on the St. Mary's squad, a lot on the North Medford squad. A quick count shows that they've got 12 upperclassmen on the team, and they score here. Retaking the lead, much to the delight of the hometown crowd. Jormalou there with the dig. Mayfield. Jormalou. McGarry tips it back. Moore with a little finesse there. Jormalou keeping it alive. McGarry way high in the air. Nice play, though, by the Crusaders. I believe that was Mayfield on it, keeping it alive. David. And they're still going at it. Return attempt by Segalink. Falls short. Timeout called by the St. Mary's Crusaders. That'll give us an opportunity to pause for messages, and we'll be right back. Back to action here at Oakdale Middle School. Moore. Harrington tries to power it across. St. Mary's player there. Mayfield to meet it. Crusaders keep it alive. Jormalou, McGarry, and Harrington. X marks the spot. Crusaders lead by 4. Ravasapor coming out. Alex Shue into the match. Kent David, across it goes. Moore, Hensman, Segalink, and they're still going at it. McGarry, Harrington. North Medford with a 5-point lead as they try to take a 2-0 edge in tonight's match. Tormaloo play right there at the net as the Crusaders keep it alive. Across goes Mayfield, and there Rylan Larson working the right side for North Medford. Checking in, Angelo Sanchez, number 14 for the Crusaders. David keeps it alive. Across it goes. Jormaloo, McGarry, Munoz, Segalink, David. Play at the net. Return a little too strong there by Harrington. Trailing by 5. Opportunity for St. Mary's. Drew comes out, and returning, Reed Ravasapor. His serve there at the dig, Jormaloo. St. Mary's within 4. And Ravasapor looking for more. Jormaloo, McGarry. Crusaders try to keep it alive, but it ends up falling in. (24-19). Here's Addington. Moore, McGarry, Harrington. That one just over the line. St. Mary's still alive. Kent David. And that serve too deep. And the second set will go the way of the North Medford Black Tornado. So North up 2-0. Now they're just moments away from trying to open the door for the sweep. We'll take a timeout, and then we'll be back here on TableRockSports.net.
All right, let's go, guys. 15 minutes. Get your stuff.
Bye, Mom.
Have a good day, guys. I don't know what happened.
Just next time, go a little slower and figure it out.
Okay, I get it. What you're going to do is you're going to take the line.
Life is busy. Juggling everything can be overwhelming. We've all been there. So consumed with our own lives that we sometimes forget about what someone else might be going through.
Come on! No, ref! There's no contact! I'm straight up! That is a terrible
So
goal.
keep it in perspective, because we're all hoping for the same thing, to be respected for who we are and what we do. Remember, no ref, no game. You can be a parent, athlete, coach, or an official, but you can only be one. Know your
things I like most about working at the Ashland Food Co-op is that it's a partner with RVTD's Employer Pass program. It makes it super easy for me to get to work and save a ton of money. I play a lot of musical instruments. I bought my own tuba when I started working at the co-op. Sometimes I'll bring it into work to play for like my coworkers and the customers. When I bring my tuba onto the bus with me, it definitely gets a lot of heads turned and people will ask me, what's that thing? Why is it so big? RVTD is moving our community forward.
Don't miss the President's Day sales event at Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram Fiat of Medford. We're stocked up on a great selection of new vehicles from Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and of course, Ram trucks. Choose from our great inventory of new Jeep Gladiator and Grand Cherokee 4x4 models in stock now. Or test drive a new 25 Ram 1500 4x4. Jump online today with our online process to calculate your own payment, whether it's a lease, finance, or cash payment. Only at the Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford Superstore.
Back at Oakdale Middle School, we're getting ready for the start of the third set. You can see so far here on your John L. Scott scoreboard that the North Medford Black Tornado own a 2-0 lead against the St. Mary's Crusaders. In district play, North Medford coming in tonight with a 1-game lead over St. Mary's and Ashland. So at least this would give them a little bit of breathing room against the Crusaders, pending what Ashland does. Two teams out on the floor. Mayfield getting ready to serve out there for the Crusaders. Number 12 is Segalink. Hensman is number 4 up front, along with Kent David. And it looks like we also have Mason James making his first appearance of the night. Addington with the dig. James sets it up. David. Harrington there. And a good block there at the net. Hensman and James there. But the point awarded to North Medford. Calvin McGarry with service. David, did he get that one inside? He sure did. And we're tied at 1. Seen a lot of that from David this evening. Knotted up and trying to untie it now with Hensman. He just drops that in. And the point goes to North Medford. Crusader faithful, not real happy about that one. North with the 2-1 lead. Seth Moore. David trying to make a play there at the net. North now up by 2. Dropping it in, making the play for St. Mary's, Connor Gibbs. Here's Mason James, the lone freshman on the Crusader squad. There to drop it in. Rylan Larson found the hole. He gives the Black Tornado the 4-2 lead as David Jormalu, the libero, gets ready to serve it up. David Tries to drop that one in, but it's going to go the way of North Medford. Substitution into the match. James will come out. Alex Sue comes in. 5-2. Jormaloo. Ball spins away from Seth Moore. New life for the Crusaders. Showing 5-2 on the scoreboard. And who am I to argue? They're trying to make the play. Noah Harrington. But out of bounds it'll go. Well, now they're saying it's 5-4. Okay, well, we'll go with that. I thought it was 5-3. Drop that one on the floor. Making the diving attempt is Moore. And now things are tied. David. Harrington. Sue. Hensman trying to keep it alive, but a point awarded. To the Black Tornado to make it 6-5. Addington. Dropping in. Connor Gibbs for the Crusaders. Tied up in the set at 6-6. Play, and Crusaders once again just dropping it in. And they take the lead. Gibbs. Jump serve there. Harrington for McGarry. That falls in before St. Mary's can get to it. Now we're tied at 7 apiece. Hensman, little finesse play there. Hensman again, and Crusaders take the point and the lead. Segalink clears the net on the serve. Munoz trying to keep it alive. Ball tipped around. And getting a hand on it is David. Malachi Munoz and his serve. A little too deep on the play. Crusaders will try to see if they can't get something going here. But Black Tornado with the answer. Knotted up at 9 apiece. Calvin McGarry, wearing number 42. Mayfield gets it over. North Medford trying to make a play, and North Medford will pick up the point, taking a 10-9 lead. Zoot. Jormaloo there to meet it. Now block at the net by Sue, but it'll land out of bounds, and North Medford now up by 2. Timeout called, and we'll be back in 60 seconds.
At Rogue Credit Union, we don't answer to shareholders. Instead, we return earnings back to our members. We know that we're stronger when we work together, and that's why we're invested here, living, giving, and supporting local. We're your friends and your neighbors. We know the needs of our communities. Being a part of Rogue means that our focus is on our members, and when you prosper, we prosper. See the credit union difference and how being a part of something smaller can have a bigger impact.
Bill's Glass covers the full spectrum of your glass needs and dreams. Having new windows installed by Bill's Glass dramatically update and improves the look of your home and helps reduce energy bills year-round. Let Bill's Glass show you what you've been missing. Bill's Glass, the largest glass company in Southern Oregon for your home and auto, as well as the trusted industry leader for over 50 years. Locally owned, family run, Bill's Glass in Ashland, Medford, and Grants Pass.
11-9, Black Tornado with the 2-point lead. David once again with another strong return this evening. And now St. Mary's can tie it up. Nolan Hensman finesses it over. Moore, Segalink, Gibbs. On the return attempt, a little trouble there for North Medford. And the Crusaders have succeeded in tying it up. McGarry, Larson, play at the net. North Medford. Outside hitter, Seth Moore, wearing number 1. Over on the Crusader side, Mason James returns. David with a no-doubt return. And St. Mary's ties it up once again. Mason James, the freshman. Jormalou there to meet it. McGarry, Harrington. North Medford will get it back. Up by 1. Jormalou serve. Segalink. Gibbs. Snuck it in there. And the rally kept alive. And St. Mary's ties it up again. After a 6-point win in the opening set, St. Mary's has battled since. McGarry, Munoz, Hensman keeps it alive. Gibbs, block at the net. And it drops in. Kind of right in between Munoz and Seth Moore. Harrington, but there to block it. Crusaders, they'll keep it alive. Need to get that one over. Connor Gibbs does so. James up in the air. And that one on the return attempt by Cole Mayfield. Goes a little sideways on him. North picks one up to tie things up at 14. Addington serving for North Medford. David. And powerful play there by Malachi Munoz. One-point set. Return attempt goes out by Connor Gibbs. Segalink. Mayfield. Nice play by the Crusaders. They're within one. Tormaloo, Harrington, McGarry. Blocked there at the net. Hensman is there. Yeah, this is getting interesting. 16-16. Third set. Connor Gibbs. Serve is out. Harrington. Hensman. Munoz. And he does it again. Malachi Munoz. A little mustard on the fastball there. And actually, I should change that. Yeah, it's 18-16. That's more like it. Segalink. Diving attempt by North Medford. Crusaders find a way to drop one in. They're within one. Segalink, jump serve. Tormaloo. And there. Seth Moore. Before the night's over, that guy's going to put a dent in the floor. Munoz with his team up by 2. Mayfield, but there to meet it at the net is Colton Preston. North Medford now leading by 3 at 20-17. A victory in the set here closes out the win for the Black Tornado here. Kind of a no man's land situation. St. Mary's capitalizes, draws within 2. Mayfield the serve. And he drops that in. Got that one just about as deep as it could go and stay in bounds. Crusaders can tie it here. James keeping it alive. David. But Harrington there in the back. And North Medford will score. And go up by 2. Ball's up in the air. Play at the net. Point awarded to North Medford. So it's 22-19. Timeout called, and we'll be right back.
Diverse venues, we got them. Year-round sports access? You bet. Race cars, soccer, paragliding? Check, check, check. Medford has it covered as your sport ground, where the West Coast plays.
Okay, you know how people complain about how Dutch Bros workers are like too nice, too hyper, compliment you too much, whatever? Maybe you're not nice enough. Maybe you need to get a little Dutch Bros in you.
Discover the West Coast destination for those seeking more. More sunny days, more athletic facilities, more outdoor adventures, more to do during downtime. Medford is your sport ground, where the West Coast plays.
22-19 here in the third set. North Medford trying to seal the win here this evening. Crusaders trying to do something about that, and doing his part is Kent David. Crusaders within 2. Here's Nolan Hensman. Jormalou is set up there for Larson, and North Medford takes the 3-point lead. Ball's in the air. David drops it in, keeps his team alive. It's 23-21. Mason James stands behind the line. Little long and wide. Munoz in along with Larson and Harrington. We also have Seth Moore and McGarry, Jormalou to serve. I'll set it up. Making a play there is Gibbs. Gibbs. Just like he drew it up. 24-22. Remember, the winner has to win by 2. Trying to keep it alive. And the North Bedford Black Tornado take the victory. North Medford raises their league record to 5-0. They're 6-1 overall. The Crusaders 3-2 in district play, and their overall record drops to 7-4. Tonight's match brought to you in part by the Southern Oregon Sports Commission's Know Your Role campaign, looking to restore civility in youth sports here in Southern Oregon. We appreciate their support this evening, and we thank you for tuning in. Our executive producer for Table Rock Sports is Joe Brett. For my camera operator, Becca Miracle, I'm Jim McCoy, saying thank you for joining us this evening from Oakdale Middle School in Medford, Oregon. Good night, everybody.